Courtney is an adjunct fellow at the RAND Corporation and a former American ambassador to Georgia and Kazakhstan. He joins us from Washington. Mr. Ambassador, thanks so much for joining us. Let me just read you a very short sentence that is concerning what's happening between Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan, because a lot of people from Kyrgyzstan are actually fleeing to an Uzbek enclave, Sok. And the writer, the author, says, a long line of cars snaked east towards Uzbekistan's enclave of Sok, yet another territorial anomaly in this geographically vexing area. Is that quite well put?
Yes, the Fergana Valley was designed, if you will, demarcations by Stalin, and they split up ethnic groups in multiple ways, creating an unstable situation.
What do you think is the possible regional fallout from what's happening?
Well, there are a couple of interesting things. One is right in the conflict itself. We see a continuation of border fights that have gone on for some period of time. But the larger picture from Washington's perspective now is that in both Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan conflict and the Azerbaijan-Armenia conflict, larger, more dictatorial neighbors have been carrying out military aggression against smaller, less dictatorial, more pluralistic neighbors. And this has been happening even though Russia is the leader of the Collective Security Treaty Organization, but doesn't appear to be able or willing to play a role in either one of those disputes. And that's understandable because of the problems that Russia is encountering in Ukraine. So the correlation of forces is moving against Russia in more dramatic ways as a result of the fights in these two areas.
Yeah, when I saw that Kyrgyzstan was a member of the Collective Security Treaty Organization, I was wondering what action Russia may take. And you're quite right, there's been no action so far. All we've had is Vladimir Putin picking up the phone to Sadyr Japarov in Kyrgyzstan and to President Emomali Rahmon in Tajikistan. Does it make a difference, the fact that the Tajik president, some people call him a dictator. Look, he's won election after election after election, which most people say were not fair or free at all, unlike Sadyr Japarov, his counterpart, who is believed to have won a totally free democratic election.
Well, it does make a difference, certainly from the perspective of U.S. policy. The United States typically tends to support countries that are more democratic, if you will. So in the case of both Armenia, where there's been a popular revolution with free and fair election, and in the case of Kyrgyzstan, both you have a situation where the countries are more liberal, if you will, and they face larger, more dictatorial neighbors. So finding a way to, let's say, enhance stability in that area may require some new combination of political talents. For example, China is playing a greater role in Central Asia, and with Russia unable to play much of a role in this crisis, this could be an opening for China to play a greater role. In Armenia, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Nancy Pelosi, was just there, and there are protesters in Armenia now calling for closer ties to the West and weaker ties to Russia. So in both cases, we're seeing political changes that could result in some realignments of the regional correlations of force.
Ambassador William Courtney, thank you so much indeed, sir.